Hello, this is the Kristin Carrera podcast. I am Kristin. Welcome back if you've been following along. And if you are new, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, follow along, and comment. I love to hear where you are on your journey, whether it's carnivore, lion, ketovore, keto. There's all these things out there that people are trying to just figure out what is the best way to get healthy, what is the best way to live your life, and love yourself and keep learning. And that's what we are here for. That's what I am here, sharing my journey with you, what works for me, what doesn't, all the in-betweens, open, honest, raw. This is what's happening in my life and my journey, getting healthier on using the nutrition that we have, exercising, moving our bodies, getting vitamin D outside, grounding, right? All that great stuff. So today, let's dive in. I want to recap week 2 of the Lion Diet Challenge. It was quite a journey, and I'm excited to share the highlights and challenges with you. So let's dive in. Day 8, I started feeling more adjusted to the diet. Finally, after a whole week, I was starting to finally see a little bit of improvement. I had a hearty breakfast of churrasco and homemade beef broth. While I still faced some cravings, they were becoming more manageable as the week progressed. Day 9, I noticed my energy levels improved significantly, which for me is a huge, huge plus. I have 3 kids. I need to be awake. I need to be aware. I need to have that energy going. I enjoyed a mix of mixed meats throughout the day and felt more satisfied after each meal. It was a great feeling to see my body finally adapting a little bit to the Lion Diet Challenge. Day 10, this day was a bit rough. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I experienced some digestive issues that threw me off. I focused on staying hydrated and powered through my meals, reminding myself to stay committed to my journey. I have microscopic colitis, as many of you know. If you don't, and because you're new here, I have had microscopic colitis since my early 20s. And so it is constantly just a learning curve on what works for my body because of my gut issues. Day 11, thankfully, I bounced back. I felt a surge of energy, tackled my workouts with more intensity. Dinner was a highlight. I had rabo encendido, that's oxtail. It was absolutely delicious. And day 12, I faced some emotional ups and downs. So again, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but I kept reminding myself of my why. When you are in the hard of it all, remind yourself of your why. That is my number 1 tip to anybody. Write it down, put it in front of you, open up your phone where you see it, but remind yourself of your why. I simplified my meals, sticking to just 1 meat, which helped ground me during the day. On day 13, I celebrated small victories. I felt more in tune with my body and noticed that my cravings were almost non-existent on day 13. It was a great day, and I was excited to see if there was any progress with my anxiety or my inflammation. And day 14, I wrapped up the week feeling proud of how far I had come. I reflected on the challenges I faced and how I overcame them because I wanted to quit almost every single day. There was not a day that went by that didn't feel a little bit like a struggle, even on the good days where I just felt I wasn't completely satisfied with what I was eating. And I just, in the back of my head, going into week 3, I was counting down the days to go back carnivore. So that's the recap for the second week of the Lion Diet Challenge. If you have not seen days 1 through 30, I highly recommend that you go check out my videos. I give you more details on what I ate, how I felt, how my bowel syndromes were. I tell you, this channel is open and raw and honest with everything, all the in-betweens. You will just not hear all of the good like you hear on most people's YouTube channels or on social media where it's just all positive. You hear the positive, the negative, and all the in-betweens here because it's my journey and I am honest with how I am feeling, whether it's good or bad. And I did want to say that on this journey, I just kept reminding myself about my why, like I just talked about. And no matter what journey you're on, whether it's a specific goal or shooting for a job or whatever it is, these things, there's no linear way of getting to where you want to go. There's always going to be the ups and the downs, the waves in between. And so you have to remind yourself that staying committed to your why is what's going to get you to keep going. Now, there are always different circumstances. You may have started off with one why, and along the way, you realized this just isn't for me, and I need to find how to get to point A, but in a different way. And that's okay too. There are some of us who were on this lion diet journey together who only made it through week 1. Some deviated a little bit because of certain circumstances, but then continued on the lion diet challenge. And then there's some of us who stuck it through for those 30 days through the hard, some having migraines from the effects of not having their coffee, caffeine. There are some of us who saw the benefits of feeling depressed to having some days of no depression. And so you have to stick to your why and remind yourself of your why to get through the hard in order to see the results. When I started carnivore, I reminded myself of my why every single day. I almost didn't need a reminder because I had been depressed for so many years and my anxiety was really bad and my brain fog and my fatigue and my bloatedness. And so I almost didn't need to remind myself of my why because I knew my why so well. But even with all of those reasons that I just talked about, I still wanted to quit almost every single day. You can go back to my carnivore. I did daily recaps of my carnivore journey when I started as well. I believe I talked to you through week 1 and week 2 of the carnivore journey. I still have more in my journal that I would love to discuss with you of how my carnivore journey went, but I got sucked into this lion diet, and that's where I've been right now talking to you about that. If you would love to hear more about the carnivore journey on when I first started and hear those results, please leave that in the comments, and maybe I'll do the videos of week 3 and 4. I even have, I think, week 5, 6, because I did it for 100 days. And then I dabbled into a more animal-based diet. Now, coming off of this lion diet, I decided to not reintroduce food slowly like I did with carnivore to animal-based. I decided to just dive all in. And I've also dabbled a little bit into more of an animal-based diet and some things that are not so animal-based. I will discuss that with you later, just to see how my body reacts and how I feel. But for the most part, I am 90 to 95% carnivore throughout the day. So that wraps up week 2 of the Lion Diet Challenge. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button and follow along. And I will see you again tomorrow for an update of how week 3 on the Lion Diet Challenge went. Have a great day.